Hey, welcome back, guys. MTG Moxman here. Hope everyone's having a great day. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe now. It doesn't hurt you to subscribe, and it definitely helps me get my viewership up and get my subscribers up, which would be a benefit to me. And then you can feel like you're paying it forward and help me out. There's my little bit. Thank you so much. And we have got new viewers, so that's awesome. And welcome to the party, everyone. And of course, all my regular viewers, you're all amazing, and thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. So yesterday we had Bob versus Doug. And Tristan was nice enough to put that all together. So I have decided not to keep Space Godzilla. I'm going to... okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get the value of it, top dollar, divide it in two, and send it off to Bob and Doug, is what I've decided to do. Because I thought it was just going to be some little, cheesy card. We all knew. Come on. So, because if I'm winning out of Bob and Doug, that's not fair. So I haven't told Bob and Doug this. So Bob, Doug, not your real names, but if you're there watching, I will be adding a few bucks to each of your orders, and I will be refunding that through PayPal to help pay for this. So hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so let's get on to more serious matters. And thanks again everyone for tuning in. Mox Amber, as you all know, is one of the cards I follow in Magic the Gathering. There's numerous other cards I do follow, but we're going to talk about that today. So what happened here is we had Mox Amber do a slight increase again. It has been climbing steadily of 20, 30 cents, up and down, kind of like a staircase. And it's now closing in on that $24 mark again. We all knew this for a while. It's still an amazing card. And has lots of playability, especially when we know Wizards won't let a card like that fail. They look years down the road and they start adding the mythics into it or the other cards that can benefit from it. So right now, Kinnan double pumps all mana choices, including something like that. So it can be really sick in the right combination. Just saying. Now, that part of it, knowing how Mox Amber will work, you have to realize that when Wizards does something, guys, when they are, projecting and forecasting years in advance, they kind of already have an idea of how things should be and how things should go. They do make mistakes, which I still think they should unban. But that said, it does happen. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. With the new set coming up, Double Masters, as you guys know, is coming up soon. It'll be a reprint, they said, of all the best cards. They said, okay, it's going to come out in August, I believe, and it's going to be like a 24-pack booster box, just like some of the other Master series we've had. Now it's going to have more rares, more foils, right? Some showcase box topper cards are included in each one. That's the basic one. It's going to be hundreds of dollars. But then there's going to be a VIP edition. Okay? Think about this. VIP edition, they say, is going to have 33 cards. 2 foil double-sided tokens. 2 foil showcase rares or mythics. 2 foil rares or mythics. 8 foil uncommons, 9 foil commons, and 12 foil lands, 2 of which will be foil. And 2 foil double-sided tokens. That's a ridiculous amount of cards. It's all going to be good stuff, which is awesome. But you are going to pay a premium. I believe that is $100 a pack, guys. It will not be for the faint of heart. It is for the high rollers, the spenders, or those of us with store credit who can afford to buy a couple of packs of that just for the sheer joy of opening it. It is going to be sick. Now, as you know, a lot of this art they're doing, guys, is going to have alternate arts. They're going to have Mana Crypt, and then they have the alternate Mana Crypt, which is the different art. I'll be honest, I'm looking at both right now on my screen, and I definitely prefer the original art in this case. But they have other guys like Kalia of the Vast, and her alternate art is far better than the original art, as far as I'm concerned. Same with Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. I love the alternate art versus the regular. Doubling Season, I like the original art over the alternate. And they have the picture of the Bright Steel Colossus, and I like the original over the other. Okay, but everyone will have different tastes and different choices when they pick through these cards. Wizards is giving a variation of the card for 2 short reasons. 1, variation allows for maybe they're going to print one a little bit less. Maybe they were printed just a little bit less to add a little extra value for the customer. 2, they may have had 2 distinguished artworks they thought were both cool over the time they decided to keep them all because they pay for this artwork up front from the artists. All of it is still beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, for my personal choice of how I like art, there's certain art I like better than others. And by the way, Steve out there, owner of the Mox Amber art, I still want to buy it, man. I still want to buy it. I want to add it to my wall. So, I know you don't watch my channel, but if you did, hit me up, bro, and add that to my wall because I would love to have it. Now, let's talk about some financial value on Double Masters. I made a little comment yesterday in my video when somebody had asked, or somebody made the comment saying how to lower values. It does lower values temporarily, but if you look at the long scheme of how these things go, it's only lowered for a little while. So if somebody wants to buy it at the lower value, they have to be ready to buy it. Sorry, I was stifling a yawn. You guys know me with my yawning. You have to be prepared when those prices go lower, because they might just jack back up when you're not expecting it. Now you have a card like Karn Sign of Urza, which started very, very high and then dropped down like $7-8. He will creep back up. He's a good card. Just pay attention. That's going to go. Okay? Over time, it's going to go up. Now, when you look at these cards and we look what's coming up in the value, Wizards is capitalizing on that secondary market, knowing that adding these cards to the modern standard formats is going to help them. Okay, and that's true. It helps them, it helps us with temporary lower prices. There goes that yawn. Sorry, I'm still finishing building my new deck porch. That's killing me. So, when we think about this from the standpoint of the value system and how we value a card, people are going to value these differently based on how good the card is, how it impacts a game and the scenarios. Now, just because Wizards said this is going to be the best of what people want, how do they know what people want? Unless they're looking at the secondary market. So if you look at the secondary market, you see what cards have gone up a lot in value, those might be the targets they're going to hit. Those might be the targets they're going to try to bring down. Doesn't mean it's going to, but it's the possibility. Okay? It's the maybe of what could be. The value of a box versus this VIP edition. They're both going to have value. Don't get me wrong. They're going to have value that people want. I just think they should reprint it in a mass set as opposed to these specialty sets. They're doing the specialty set because they want to make money. I'm more of the thing is you want to draw more players in with better cards. You want the cards to have value, but you want them to drag them in. So you do it in a big, huge set like the Mystery Booster Box. 500-600 card set. And add some original cards to it for those sets. Not a lot. Just maybe 50. But add original cards. And no chaff, please, Wizards. Add good cards. Because when you look at this set right now, guys, it is going to be going for what? Basically $400 a box for Canadians. $300 probably for American. And now, Mana Crypt, $200 card. It's not going to be in every box, though. Right? Like, they're showing us a prime card. But it's not going to be in every box. So remember that. Okay? And cards like Bright Steel Colossus, great. Infect, very cool card. A lot of fun to play with, don't get me wrong. Doubling Season, awesome. There we go again. The Kalia and Praetor, they're just like creatures. They're creatures. They can get nailed pretty easily. But it's still going to have value. And that value is something to be said. Now, we as consumers, will have to decide if we're going to buy this product. I value things, personally, on how I can double my money in the 5 to 7 year mark. So what I have to ask myself is, if I'm going to buy this for $400, I have to be able to draw $800 out of it if I decide to invest in this product. I'm going to open one box just because I like to open a box. And I will open it on the channel, of course, for you guys to view and enjoy with me. But the idea of investing in it and saying, wow, should I get one box of this or 2 or 3 boxes, right, of Ikoria or the Spark, Dominaria. Dominaria is going to cost me a little bit more, but I can probably still get it, and it's going to have a lot of future value, right? It was underprinted. I don't know. It's very hard. You guys will have to decide for yourselves. But that's how I look at things in the terms of value. Now, the key is this probably, since it has a higher price point, there will be less printed knowing that they can't sell that many of them. So it'll have higher future value. It will, just naturally. But does that mean it's going to reach my benchmark? If you just want to invest in it and enjoy and stock it up in a box, like I'm saying, I'm going to open a box for you guys. That's what I'm saying. But it's still a very expensive endeavor. And I might not. Maybe it's like, hey, I don't have the cash. And maybe I'll buy one that just sits on the shelf for a while. We'll have to see. Because we just, you guys know, our viewership's gone up a lot. Okay, on my channel. I mean, for me, it's gone up a lot. I've gained a couple of new subs every day if you're watching the video this late. And it's very awesome. It's very awesome. So thank you for those who put the word out there. Or maybe it's just my groveling at the beginning of the video. It'll be like, oh, I feel bad for this guy. Boop, subscribe. And then they'll ditch me in a month. But we are getting close to that 100 mark. And I will throw something together to celebrate the 100 mark, okay? So when we get to 100 subs, I'm going to celebrate that because it's a big milestone for myself. And I will celebrate. We'll have some fun, okay? So stick with me for that part. If we close in on it. Okay. And if it happens very suddenly, and we go like all of a sudden well over 100 or something, I'm still going to stick to the 100, and then I'll put something together for us all. Now, back on topic. Double Masters is going to be awesome, guys. It is going to be a fun set. But it's going to be an expensive draft set if they allow draft. Like, I mean, if get enough people together to draft it. It'll be an expensive draft set, but it'll still be exciting to do it. So, I understand people might not be able to draft it all the time, but it might be good to draft if you can get enough people together to afford the box. It'll be expensive. It won't be VIP edition, that's for sure. So yeah, I think what we're going to see, they've shown some great cards already. I mean, these are all mythics, obviously. It sounds like they could have a good mix of cards, but it depends what Wizards decide. Remember, they planned this ahead of time. So based on what you've seen in other sets already, you got to think that's all coming together to put together what they want to do. And they have other sets on the go. Don't forget, we still have Zendikar coming up, right? And I'm a big, I opened the original Zendikar. I remember getting like Misty Rainforest, I foiled Misty Rainforest. And then, just so you guys know, for those who didn't know back then, I got a second Misty Rainforest foil in the same box. And the store guy didn't believe me, but I had a buddy with me who had seen me do it, so he's like, dude, this happened. He's, I was very proud. For those who don't know, I'm very common for getting doubles of stuff like we've seen in my openings. And I'm quite a lucky opener, so I ended up getting some pretty cool stuff. It didn't work as great for Bob and Doug, but still, just saying, generally works out pretty well. All right, so I will keep up on doubling season. I will keep up on Double Masters. I'll look for some of the stuff coming on. I'm going to hit my store up this weekend and see what the price point will be on this for me to buy some. Because I don't have that much money saved right now, obviously, with what's going on. But I'd like to get my hands on some for you guys. I know it's a few months away, but it's still a very expensive thing to do it. And again, my channel is not sponsored by anybody. I don't have patrons on my Patreon account. My Patreon account just sits empty, and I fiddle with it once in a while. And I don't have, I can't monetize because I don't have enough people viewing me on YouTube. So if I get massive people viewing on YouTube, we'll do a lot more openings. But this is where we're at right now. It's still going to be pretty good, pretty exciting. If anyone ever wants to crack one of my boxes, like I did for Bob and Doug, anyone who watches the video this late, you can reach out to me at alaania@hotmail.com. Alania@hotmail.com. And if I can pair up with somebody, you guys can crack boxes together, go against each other in a little versus. I will give very good prices. Basically, if it's an older box, let's not talk there. But if it's a newer box, I'll give what I paid for it. And I will pay, I will lose money because I will pay the shipping cost to ship those cards out to you, just like I did for Bob and Doug. And you have to choose your name for when you versus somebody, okay? Because it's been pretty fun with the last one. So if anyone else wants to do it, just reach out to me and we can go over those details, okay? All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in today. This is MTG Moxman, Double Masters. Here we go. It's coming up in only a couple of months, guys. Kind of crazy to think about. We have a lot to talk about soon. So let's get to it. And remember, bring a friend to Magic. It rocks. And thank you so much to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate everyone taking their time to view me each day. Thanks a lot. And remember to watch videos to the end, because at the very end we always put a thing. Today it will be Wise Man. That's right, Wise Man. All right, guys. Cheers.